So,
Absolutely.
ironically, his former team, the San Francisco 49ers, they participated in the blackout yesterday, Killer Mike, and they want to support Black Lives Matter right now and everything. How do you feel about people who are, I consider, late to the party, but now feel like they want to join?
Well, you're not talking about people, you're talking about organizations. An organization is going to do what's best in the times in terms of marketing standpoint, not to be damaged by the times. So those organizations, but we don't know if the individual people that were involved in the firing and blackballing of Colin have a change of heart, and I would assume they do not. The question becomes, as a society, when are we going to become disciplined and supportive enough of those that are willing to fight for our freedom, even if we don't agree with it, to protest? Because this is not the first time it happened. His name was Chris Jackson at the time. But we had a player that when I looked at the Michigan Fab Five, and I looked at Chris when he played for the Nuggets. Definitely, I think it's Moad now or Muhammad now. But we protested as kids, and we got in trouble. So we didn't get blackballed from high school, though. We were allowed to come back. So I just want to say, if you really want to support Colin Kaepernick, take the black ball off. It's time to really do the work for real as individuals and stop as organizations just trying to save our bread. We know that there are issues with the NFL and athletes that are outspoken, regardless of what they're outspoken about. And I believe Skip Bayless, honestly, said the most incredible thing in the midst of it all. He said, I hope the players understand that whether they agree with Colin Kaepernick or not, if they all stand in solidarity with his right to do it, it will finally break some of the bargaining leverage that the league has over them. And of course, players of other races and of other political philosophies chose not to. And now you still have a league in which the ownership dominates the players to some degree, what people would compare it to indentured servitude.
I mean, with the environment in our society being the way it is now, and as we head into the NFL season, it's obviously you think that perhaps we'll have sort of resurgence of people kneeling for the anthem. And when asked about that, Drew Brees, the quarterback of the Saints, said, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag. What do you think about those comments?
I would like to know what he considers disrespect, because when I travel and we perform in Germany, I never see a Nazi flag. I don't see streets named for Nazis, because Nazis are a part of history that Germany understands was a cancer and corrupt, and they've ridded themselves of. Drew Brees plays in the Deep South. As we travel through the South, we see the Confederate flag everywhere that bounds. That is a treacherous flag. It was a flag that if you read the cornerstone speech by Alexander Stevenson, he says in the cornerstone speech of the Confederacy that our Constitution is built on the natural order that white society and white man is above black people and they are to be held in servitude and bondage. So if you're going to tell me about flag and disrespecting the American flag, the fact that you live in a region that they still fly the rebel flag or the Confederate flag, and you don't adamantly speak against that on a regular basis, just tells me that you're protecting the way of life or what you think is right. The American flag stands for the First Amendment and the ability to say what you feel about situations. Now, you bear the brunt of that. You may get blackballed out of the NFL, but you have the right to. So if you support and you don't want to see the American flag disrespected, don't look at it on Budweiser shorts at picnics. Don't look at it on bikini shots in Playboy. Don't look at it on your favorite album covers because you think that rock band is rocking for you. Be all the way with it. You're an intelligent football player, but that was an incredibly stupid thing to say. And to live in a country where you have the rebel flag, and again, that's not something I even harp about. I live in the place of Stone Mountain, the biggest Confederate memorial there is. I'd like to see those faces chipped off that mountain one day. I'm adamantly against that flag, even though I have bigger political fights to fight. But I'm not going to be so burdened with the religion that has become Americanism, nationalism, that I forget that the flag represents the United States Constitution. And the United States Constitution was written by a bunch of people who chose to protest violently in order to have a flag. They chose to rebel against a monarchy in order to stop being subjects of that monarchy. So what you interpret as disrespect probably is the most patriotic thing happening today, in which kids are pushing back against the line in order that everyone may enjoy the constitutional rights that that flag represents, and not just the empty nationalism of white Anglo-Saxon Protestants.